Okay. Thank you.
Right. So, am I audible, Kumarji?
Namaste, Ramesh ji.
Namaste ji.
How are you?
Now, I've not been able to reach home, so I will quickly do the introduction because my phone battery is very low at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Let a few people join. No one has joined so far.
I see. Because my battery is at 3%.
Yeah. You're
I've
going
been using it
to
for navigation.
you're going to log out after introducing.
Yes, I'll have to reach home quickly. I can reach home in about another 40 minutes
Hmm.
and then I'll log back on there.
Okay.
I will just introduce and then I'll log off because right now it's at 3%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm on the ring road. There's too much of traffic, so I could not reach enough early enough.
No worry. You can join later and you can introduce later also during the session.
Okay, okay,
No problem.
right. Because
Yeah.
I think literally right now in the on the journey.
You just reach
I'll
home.
just
By
tell
the time
the
I'll be handling with the participants.
sure.
Then once
But
you
nobody else has joined, right?
yeah, that's what I'm waiting for them.
Okay, fine. If that is the case, then I will.
Yeah.
Okay, people are participants are joining. So shall I start off the
Yeah.
satsang?
Yeah, 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 you can.
Okay, I'll do that. Namaskara, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the School of Ancient Wisdom Spiral of Wisdom Satsang. Before we start off, let's start with a school prayer. O hidden light, O hidden life, vibrant in every atom. O hidden light, shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know that he's also one with every other. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So let us welcome today's Guru Varab. So let us welcome the Guru aspect, our inner Guru. Let our inner Guru guide us to get the best value from this satsang. Our satsang today is with um, our own Dr. Kumar of the School of Ancient Wisdom. He needs no introduction. And we have a very interesting session today. It is on Bilva. You must have all heard of the famous Bilva Patra that Lord Shiva loved so much. So we're going to be getting to know more about the Bilva Patra and its importance. So without much more ado, over to Dr. Kumarji. Dr. Ji, over to you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, one and all.
Namaste, sir.
Yeah. Hope you all had a great day.
Yes, it was very nice.
Nice. I'm just going to share my PPT. Is my presentation visible?
1 minute, let me check. Yes, it is.
Okay.
We can see your PPT. Now, before we continue, I'd like to say that my phone is running very low on battery. It'll take about 40 minutes for me to log back on. But Dr. Kumar will continue with the satsang and I will log back on after subsequently.
Wonderful, Ramesh ji. Thank you so much. We look forward to
Hanji,
have you back.
yeah, I'm with you.
Well, so good evening, Jasmine ji and other satsang.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Yeah. I'm Dr. Kumar, your Ayurveda physician, medical director, the School of Ancient Wisdom. Today, as a continuous efforts from the School of Ancient Wisdom, Thursday Satsang is one of the important programs among all others for us because It gives a lot of enthusiasm for all of us to learn together as a part of Thursday Satsang learning process. In this regard, today's session, I would like to introduce one of the important medicinal plant, Bilva, the eagle marmelos, the botanical name, the sacred herb, we call it as. Why it is sacred is very important for us to understand. You all know we use Bilva as a medicine, Bilva as a something which is for puja. Very relevantly, we are using in our day-to-day practices for Lord Shiva. So that is the reason the sacred, wherever we see Lord Shiva's temple, we come across Bilva as one of the plant which really gives a lot of fragrance for our Lord Shiva. So let's see today what are its understanding on why Lord Shiva's is a part of Bilva. Then what are its medicinal values and how it look and where all it is being used, the Bilva. We'll see one by one. I hope my slides are moving. Is the slide moved?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Bilva, the Bael, English word. The Bilva is a Sanskrit name. So it is more commonly in the name of Bael or Bilva. We regularly call. It is medicinal, spiritual, religious significance across. So Bilva is not just a plant then. It is beyond the plant, the tree, which calls a small tree, or it's, we call it as a bigger shrub. It is not just a tree. It is beyond a tree or a herb. It is medicinal, spiritual, and religious. Because of its nature, so we call it as a sacred. And the Bilva fruits and the leaves are considered as sacred because we use for puja purpose, both fruit as well as leaves, and particularly for Lord Shiva, hailing Himalayan Lord Shiva, we use Bilva. And that is a reason the synonym, one of the synonym of the herb, Shiva Druma, we call it as. In the even before Ayurveda, the references we could able to find Bilva for Shivadruma. That means the medicinal property will evolve over the years. It's not that, the known one. 1 minute. I'll make the full. Is it okay now? It's in full slide mode.
No, I can see you in full screen, but your PPT is very, very small. I'm wondering what I'm doing. So I'm trying to see the view. I can see your face full, but the PPT I'm not unable to see.
Full PPT screen.
Now, is it moving?
Yes, yes. The PPT is seen very clearly.
No worry. You can hear from me. You will understand much of the things I'm going to tell you now.
Only I think Jasmine is able to see them.
Yeah, otherwise we can, anyhow, the video, the recording is also going to share among the satsangis, and also I can share the PPT of myself, to you all.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Shiva Druma it is called because it's part of Shiva's puja. So it's not just a plant; it is beyond to understand. The three patra of the Bilva, often linked to the trinity of the Hindu practices or the gods, we call it as the Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. So three leaves, what the representation of the Bilva, trifoliate we call it as botanically, is a representation of Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara from the mythological point of view. And it also represents three gunas of every human being, that is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, which are three syllables and resonate the word when we start Omkara from is being representing by the Bilva with the three foliate, and it also represents the primordial sound that resonates the Shiva's essence. This is what we need to understand. See, as a doctor of Ayurveda, I just look Bilva as a medicinal plant and I use in my practice. As a or as a priest of the temple, someone who really work on doing puja and understanding the essence of it, he calls in a different way for the herb Bilva. So it not just as a common man, it also represents the mind of an individual, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. And as we all believe strongly, who is the uh, who is the responsible for existence of the humankind is the Brahma. When we understand, from there it start Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, then it ends with application of it for medicinal as well as non-medicinal. So, and also it represents the three eyes of Shiva, that is third eye including for the Bilva, as he holds Trishul as emblematic weapon by himself. So it is not just a leaf, it is the representation. Then Shiva Purana claims this leaf is among the 6 divine article which is used for worshipping the Lord Shiva. So common leaf to medicinal, then beyond medicinal is our Bilva. What is that symbol of Shiva we call for the herb, Bilva? It is integral part of his worship. That is the symbol. 3 eyes of Shiva, because it's a part of it which represent and symbol of surrender. That means when we go to do puja for Shiva and offering Bilva Patra is clearly make us to surrender ourselves with our ego and the 3 aspects of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas to seek oneness within the divine. That means Bilva, when you are offering, that means you are surrendering for Lord Shiva. So it's better when you want to surrender yourself for the God, please go with Bilva Patra rather than anything else. So it is giving everything for Lord Shiva, being humble and respectful for the Lord, stating that my ego is nothing in front of you, giving my, or I am surrendering myself for your. So this is what the mythology of our Bilva. Then how it is origin, the Bilva tree. When you look into the Skanda Purana, it says the Bilva tree is originated from the sweat droplets of goddess Parvati. So the wife of Lord Shiva, which fell on Mandrachal mountain, then it started spreading across as it grows across. So origin is from the sweat droplets of Amma Parvati, the goddess Parvati. It started dropping at Mandrachal mountain, then it started moving across, so we could find across. Then it is Shiva Purana claims Bilva leaves are, as I already mentioned, 6 divine worships for Lord Shiva. Then Hindu scriptures on Bilva says that it is important religious practices we are practicing by Hindu offering our Bilva Patra to Lord Shiva. That's the reason wherever you go for Lord Shiva, in any temple of Lord Shiva, you could able to find our, Bilva Patra. I'll answer the questions after the class. Yeah. So why we offer Bilva to Lord Shiva? Many people think that, when we offer something to Lord, Lord will take or the God will take. Actually, it is not so. Whatever we are offering to the Lord or the God, it is for ourselves only. Whatever we are giving and we are placing, then after his blessings, we are going to take it back and keep it with ourselves to protect ourselves in a way that where we can live happily. So well-being, mental state, everything is going to taken care. That's what we are doing in case of offering Bilva to Lord Shiva as well. So we collect the Bilva Patra from the plant, then we, take it with a sacred approach to the Lord Shiva. Then we keep on Shiva's linga. Then, we'll take it back and we keep it ourselves for our sake or for our betterment. So this is what we have to do. It's not just leaving the Bilva Patra there. Take back and keep it yourself, so that it is going to help you to have good state of your mind as well as well-being. So this is what it going to give reverberance of the blessings of the Lord Shiva. We are going to get it from when we offer Bilva Patra to Lord. The question raised by, is it Bilva or Vilva? Bilva is the Sanskrit word, Vilva is the Tamil word. So Bilva is the original Sanskrit Mula word. And other question was, what are the other 5 offerings? Other few plants also we go, and also we go with, even with the coconut shell, it's also one of the offering the flowers, and mani dharana, and also doing bhajana is also one of the offering for the Lord Shiva, like that. See, this is one among other offerings to Lord Shiva. Then where all we come across you using Bilva? It is one among the nakshatra vana. You all know your nakshatras, which nakshatra you belong. So Chitra nakshatra is owned by our Bilva. Who is having the Chitra nakshatra? The tree, the sacred tree is Chitra nakshatra. Significance, it represents clarity and, actually artistic ability. The clarity and the artistic ability goes with our plant Bilva, which represent Chitra nakshatra among the nakshatra vana. Okay. See, what is nakshatra vana then? It represents the 27 nakshatras, which comes every day in a month, and each day will be represented by each plant. That means 27 nakshatras we come across, that is lunar mansions, which really influence on human destinies. That is how when we study our jatakas, we look for which nakshatra the individual is born. That is we call it as garden of stars. So we call it as nakshatra vana, the representation. Among that, Chitra nakshatra is one. So it represents the Chitra nakshatra by our Bilva. So each nakshatra corresponds to a particular tree, and these are believed to carry the energy and qualities of their respective nakshatras. When we start planting these trees in and around whichever the nakshatra I belong or you belong, then we will start getting a lot of energy and the qualities which represent the nakshatra. So what we have to do by planting and nurturing these trees, individual can enhance their physical, mental, psychological, and spiritual well-being. So you can see in my picture, I have put it that, nakshatra vana I have quoted here, which Brihat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palika has taken and established one of the garden in Bengaluru. Yeah, to answer your question, 27 nakshatras. Yes, 27 nakshatras are considered as time bound in a day. So only 27, then again it repeats. Identified by, astronauts, traditional astronauts to modern astronauts, and they have been assigned with each tree or a plant to every nakshatra. So what we are going to get, as I mentioned, physical, mental, and psychological, spiritual well-being, you're going to enhance yourself. And this practice is rooted the idea that humans are deeply connected to the nature. That means we are one among the nature. Oneness is very important for every individual. We are one among the nature, which really help us to harmonize our lives with cosmic rhythm. Cosmic rhythm, that from where we are getting the energy. It's not just the food which gives the energy for us. Beyond the food, there are things to help us to have better energies. This is one among. So under the nakshatra vana, Bilva comes under Chitra nakshatra. Then Panchavati, 5 trees considered as Panchavati. So Bilva is also one of the Panchavati. That means Bael considered as one among the Panchavati. So other vatis are like Banyan tree, the Vata, Ficus bengalensis is one. People tree, Ashwatha, Ficus religiosa is the other. Then Amalaki, that is our Indian gooseberry, Phyllanthus semblica. Then Ashoka tree, Ashoka, Saraka, Ashoka. These 5 trees are considered as Panchavati. Why? They are sacred groves. They always grow near temples and symbolizing the connection between the natural world and the spiritual practices when we have Panchavati. Panchavati refers to a group of 5 sacred trees in Indian culture and also in Hindu associated with Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. These are believed to have medicinal, spiritual, and ecological significance when we grow in and around. So when you sit under Panchavati and do dhyana, your concentration level increases and your immunity start boosting yourself. So that's the reason Panchavati has established across and people get the benefit of sitting under Panchavati. So Bael tree, Bilva is one among the Panchavati. Then what is Bilva? That is botanically eagle marmelos, classification kingdom Plantae, order, Sapindales and the family Rutaceae. And the vernacular names. In different Indian languages, we call it a different name. In English, applewood. In Kannada, Bilva Patre. Hindi, Bael Patra. Sanskrit, Bilva. And other synonyms like Shrifal, Putivat, Shalepat, Lakshmiputra, Shri Vesta. These are some of the synonyms which represent Lord Shiva as well as for its action. In Gujarati and Marathi, it is called as Bael. In Punjabi also Bael, Telugu, Bilvayu, Moredu, and Tamil, Bilubam and Vilbam. These are some of the vernacular names across different Indian languages. Habitat, where it grows, which country represents, from where we can get this tree. If you look into that, Bilva is a very common herbaceous plant native to Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and India. Okay, and it grows in Indian suburban subcontinent, including Myanmar and Southeast Asian countries. And it also grows in the hills of Rajasthan, which is very suitable for its better growth. And it is also distributed Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines, Fiji, Nepal, and Pakistan. That shows that the maximum Asian countries we could able to see are Bilva as habitat. Also, we can notice some part of Latin Americans and some part of African we could able to see are Bilva, but it is native to Asia. Then how the plant look? It's a spinous deciduous aromatic tree. Spinous means with the thorns. Deciduous means it grows throughout, and aromatic means very good smell. Okay. Long, strong, and axillary spines. As the tree grows, the spines moves across and spreads, and it grows longer. It grows up to 18 meters height and thickness. A tree is about 3 to 4 feet thickness we could see. And the leaves are usually trifoliate. That means 3 leaves together. Sometimes we can also see 5 pentafoliate leaves. So leaflets are ovate. When you take a single leaf and see leaflet, ovate, and have typical aroma when you crush. Otherwise, it won't yield any aroma. Bael flowers are greenish, white in color, and sweet scented when you smell it. Bael fruits are large, woody, grayish yellow, and 8 to 15 celled and have sweet, gummy orange colored pulp. When you open, you can see good color, and the pulp look, you will be attracted to eat that, but it is not edible to eat. Bael seeds are compressed, you can see in the picture, oblong and numerous found in aromatic pulp inside the fruit. This is what the plant description, what we call it as morphology of the plant. Let's see that what Ayurveda talks about. Ayurveda understands the medicinal plant and its value through these biophysical characters of the plant material. So whatever the taste we come across when we eat, that also have an action on body, what we call it as a rasa. The taste of the tree for the useful part is katu, the bitter, tikta, katu, the pungent, tikta, the bitter, kashaya, the astringent. Pungent, bitter, and astringent are the taste of the plant material which we used for medicinal purpose. Then the guna, the characters, is grahi, snigdha, and tikshna. The physical property of the plant material is absorbent. It's going to absorb the material within the system. Then anktas, that means it is with the oily like material, snigdha. Then sharp, tikshna, it can penetrate into the site of action easily when it get absorbed. That is the physical property of the plant material. Virya, what is the potency for its action? It is hot in nature. That means it can do, vasodilation. That means it opens the channels. Hot potency always does vasodilation, opens the channels. Then vipaka, after undergoing digestion, it is become pungent in taste, which does the metabolic property after digestion. The pungent taste of the material within the system will have action when it is get digested. This is what the Ayurvedic understanding of each plant material, even for our Bilva eagle marmelos. What it does on our Tridosha in the body, it balances Tridosha, but basically it acts upon Vata and Kapha dosha rather than Pitta. It subsides Vata and Kapha. When you take excess, it aggravates Pitta. But in general, it balances all the three doshas. Let's see that where Charaka, the Charakacharya, who is the, four. Yes, sir. To answer your question, you said it is a non-edible. How can you taste? Yes, of course. Edible in the sense as a food. Taste means as a medicine. We have to elicit the taste of the medicine, then we can look for its action. Edible in the sense as a food material, it is not advised. But as a medicine, we can. So Charaka and Shushruta are the pioneer experts of Ayurveda, which we call it as a Bruhatrayis, and they are the masters of Ayurveda who established the principles of Ayurveda. So yes, madam, I'll come to the action of it later for dandruff and its application. They categorically, addressed use of Bilva in a very specific manner. Example to say Charaka Samhita, Shotahara. There are set of 10 herbs in each groups used for its action. Shotahara means anti-inflammatory, which reduces the inflammation, is called as Shotahara. So Charaka, he made a 50 such groups for its action. One among such 50 group is Shotaharangana. Under that, this medicinal herb Bilva has been added. That means it is a very good anti-inflammatory drug, which reduces the inflammation in gastrointestinal system, respiratory system, and even in other systems. So it is very good anti-inflammatory herb. Arshogna, that means herbs which are good for hemorrhoids. Again, as I mentioned, Charaka has put 50 ganas for 50 pharmacological action. So under that, again, one more gana he is using this herb for its action, that is Arshogna. Arsha means the hemorrhoids. Agna means removing the hemorrhoids or taking away the hemorrhoids. Herbs which are good for hemorrhoids, under that Bilva comes under. So it is good for hemorrhoids, that is piles. Then Shirovirechana Gana. The next Gana Charaka added is herbs which are good for cleansing the head and sinuses, upper respiratory and as well as ENT, ear, nose and throat diseases will be taken care by Shirovirechana Gana. So under that, this herb has been added. So it is good for head related disorder and sinus related disorder.